Airborne. Alright. Happy right. Alright. Good night to all. This is retired Command Site Major S. Centeno with another live. Thank you for tuning in. Your favorite Command Site Major, retired with 25 years of service from Etching Consulting. You can find me at etchingconsultation.com. Again, you can find me at etchingconsultation.com. Please, before you go anywhere, share this video with other service members, trying to help service members out there that need help. If you reside in the Central Florida area, let me know. I can help you out big time and save you thousands of dollars. Before I forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please do not go anywhere before you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Etching Consultation. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Etching Consultation. Please do not forget. If you want to send me a private message, you can send it through my website, etchingconsultation.com. What do I do again? I help with VA claims, retirement consultation, including military and also civilian federal employees. Also help with resumes in special federal resumes, and also Notary Public. If you live in the Central Florida area, I can help you out with Notary Public. If you need any paper to be notarized, I'm here to help you out. Disclaimer, this information is not sponsored by any government entity. I do not represent the government, or I do not represent any affiliates of the government. This is based on information and experience. This is a consulting business. If you send me a message through my website at etchingconsultation.com, do not forget to put your name, email address, and also your phone number. Some people are sending me messages and I am not getting their information, so it's hard for me to reach back to them. So please, if you have sent me a message already and I have not reached back to you, send another message through my website, etchingconsultation.com. Put your name, email, and your phone number so I can reach back to you. You can also call me at live 321-710-5570. If you're going to come up, please let me know so I can be ready for your phone call. If you have any questions during the live that I can help you out to clear up, I am here to help you. And please do not be afraid to give me a call or send me a message. We're going to have an interesting topic tonight, super interesting topic tonight. We're going to talk about if the VA can lower your rate or disability, or can actually take your total and permanent disability. A really good topic. I hope you guys enjoy this topic and also share it. I do have an English and then transition to Spanish. I like to do it that way. That's a uniqueness that I have, especially for my brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico and those that speak Spanish. Sometimes a little bit easier for them to understand the content of the topic, okay? So again, really great topic tonight about disability. Can my percentage go down on disability? In other words, can the VA lower my percentage? It comes down to that. Can the VA, after you reach a certain percentage, can take it down? So we have to break it down a little bit further, but just want to put it out there, different things here. How much percentage do you have? Is it 100? Is it 100% total and permanent? So this is some of the stuff that we have to clear out so we know how to discuss this topic, okay? So you need to understand this to understand the topic of tonight. Again, can VA lower my percentage or take away my percentage or my total and permanent? A couple questions here. Number one, are you 100% or are you 100% total and permanent? Two different things. The big difference again between 100 and 100% total and permanent are as follows. I want to make sure I break it down. There's a big difference in both. If you are 100% not total and permanent, the VA may schedule a reexamination to see if any of your conditions have improved. that if you're 100% not total and permanent, the VA can schedule a reexamination. Many conditions are not static or permanent. We will talk that in here in a couple of minutes, but you need to understand if your conditions are not static or permanent, they could change during the time. With treatment, they can get better, and the VA can actually ask for a reexamination and your percentage can go down. And that's something that you need to pay close attention to, because you don't know. Sometimes we forget, we don't follow up in treatment, especially. I give you an example, shoulder surgery. I had a shoulder surgery, 2 of them, and I'm still dealing with pain in my shoulder. I need to make sure I follow up with my appointment, and also pain management. So those are things that actually that can prove that your condition is still the same and also gotten worse. Of course, we're getting old, we're not getting any younger, so that also have in consideration too, that when they actually ask for re-examination of your conditions. Of course, if they improve. So you definitely, the answer is yes, they can lower your percentage. But the difference here is, are you 100% not total and permanent? And we're going to discuss if you are 100% total and permanent. The conditions are not expected to improve and may not be scheduled for further evaluation. May not, possibility. So we have to understand that that's the difference. So these conditions are static and permanent. We'll cover that here in a second. But the biggest difference between 100% not total and permanent and 100% total and permanent are the conditions are not expected to improve, while 100% not total and permanent can have a potential to improve. So 100% total and permanent, the conditions are not expected to improve during time, and 100% not total and permanent can have a potential for improvement. So those are basics or basic information that you need to understand. If they can lower it, yes, but it's certain conditions that you have to meet in order for them to actually even consider to lower your percentage. It's just not gonna happen overnight, but that's what you need to understand. If you submit any new claims, well, we'll talk about here in a second, but that could trigger also for VA to actually to re-examine your other conditions. Hey, Wednesday, brother, thanks for tuning in. So that's really important for you to understand. 100% not total and permanent, okay, which the conditions may change during time and they can definitely lower your percentage, or if you're a total and permanent 100%, which the conditions are not expected to improve during time. Point number 2, can the VA lower a total and permanent rating? Okay, I'm gonna repeat this question. Can the VA lower a total and permanent rating? And the short answer is yes, but it's really uncommon. And we're gonna cover here some of the scenarios in which this can happen or could happen. And it's gonna throw you off a little bit because some of these situations might actually have happened in the past. And I'm gonna cover one real specific here in a second. Okay, so the answer is yes, the VA can lower your total and permanent rating. Okay, a couple of scenarios. If some kind of investigation happened and the VA finds out that the 100% total and permanent is based on fraud, okay, so if the VA by any means find out that you committed fraud, of course they can take away your VA disability total and permanent. And I'm going to cover one case here. This happens in Florida, and let me change my slides here so you see what I'm talking about here. Okay, really recent. This is from last year. Okay, so this is one of the conditions that VA could take your total and permanent disability away. Self-professed bodybuilder sentenced to federal prison after stealing money from the U.S. Department of VA. Department of Veterans, right? Miami, Florida federal district judge, this was last year on August 16, 2022, Fort Pierce has sentenced a military veteran and self-proclaimed bodybuilder to 1 year in federal prison after lying to the VA in order to obtain disability benefits. I'm not going to go into the name. He's an Army veteran, lied about the extent of his mental and physical impairment to receive U.S. Department of Veterans or VA disability benefits, to which he was not entitled. Specifically, Barton manipulated the results of subjective tests, mental health claiming was in combat. Okay, also the other mistake or fraud was that he said he couldn't lift more than 10 to 20 pounds, but yet he was pressing 650 pounds, weightlifting, and chest pressing 300 pounds. So you see the difference here? And I'm going to show you a picture of this guy. This actually happened here in Florida. And this is one of the conditions that the VA can say, you know what, it's fraud. And they do have investigators that investigate this stuff. And you have to be real careful when you do this. Okay? This is him. Okay? So you have to be careful about this. All right? I'm not going to go into really specifics because I really respect privacy of the people. I mean, the guy was sentenced to prison for 1 year. Okay? So, really specific, this is one of the conditions or one of the ways that you can lose your total and permanent because it's fraud. So be real careful when you actually submitting VA claims, specifically your total and permanent, and you lie on your records. The VA will find out and you will get in trouble. All right? This is really serious stuff. They do have investigators and they will hammer you. All right? And they will look at you and they will find you, they will record you, they will use everything they have against you. So that's a real point here. Another difference here, and I'm gonna make a difference here in a second so you know what I'm talking about. If you have a condition, for example, a shoulder surgery, for example, I'm just giving you my example here, and you are trying to be in some kind of decent shape, right? And you're trying. That's the difference. You have to take painkillers, or you're trying to stay busy, or actually to improve your physical fitness because you want to stay healthy. That's different. But this guy was weightlifting, okay, 650 pounds and pressing 300 pounds bench press. And on top of that, he was training people at the gym. You see the difference here? So you need to be careful with that. Enough said. Another scenario where you can lose your total and permanent is if you open a new claim, for example, a special monthly compensation. That's also known as SMC. This could be, for example, a new SMC for example, erectional dysfunction or loss of the use of specific organ due to military service. If you open a new claim after you have total and permanent, okay, this could trigger or bring somebody, one of the examiners, to actually to examine some other conditions to probably see if they have improved or not. And this is something for you to be taken into consideration. All right. Scenario number 3 is you open a new claim for specialty adapted housing. That's also known as SAH, or special housing adaptation, SHA grant. This will automatically trigger a compensation and patient CMP exam for the increase. If the CMP examiner determines that your condition has improved or could improve, that the VA may reduce your rating. So there's different scenarios here. There are more. I'm going to go to one more, but this is serious stuff. Scenario number 4, if a VA quality review finds a clear and unmistakable error on the vetting of the 100% total and permanent, this could result in reducing your rate. So this is 4 scenarios, okay, that could happen. This is why you have to be careful when you submit new claims after you are 100% or 100% total and permanent. So you have to be careful how you do it. That's the reason that I always advise to get professional help. And this is 3 examples, or I will say, we're going to go into the conditions that ratings are protected, all right, before I go into some other topics over here. So these are a couple of conditions that VA ratings are protected. What is called static, all right, disability static, that is without material improvement for 5 years or more. An example of a static condition is blindness or loss of limb. So you can see that there's probably no expectation to improve. In this case, is 5 years or more. Another protected conditions is disability is permanent and there is no likelihood of improvement. Irreversible loss of use of both hands, both feet, one hand, one foot, loss of vision in both eyes. All right. Number 3, disability has been in place for 10 years or more. The rating can still be reduced if medical evidence shows that the disability has improved. And number 4, the disability has been continuously in effect for 20 years. So you see the trend here. If you have a condition, all right, you receive treatment, it could get worse during time because of age, or it could get better because of treatment. I give you another example, arthritis, all right? Through time, as we're getting older, because I do have arthritis too, the arthritis condition is gonna get worse through time because wear and tear, right? Especially if you're getting old. So those are the dynamics that you have to understand about VA claims. Now, I'm gonna give you 3 tips to keep your 100 and your 100 total and permanent. This is my 3 tips that will help you, all right? And you might laugh at this, but it's so true. Number 1, leave it alone. If you don't have to submit any new claims, all right, for any odd reason, in specific the ones we cover, all right, for any special compensation for a person that need assistance, aid and assistance and stuff like that, leave it alone. Do not touch, do not send any new VA claims. All right, you are already at 100. Why will you send a new claim or trigger the system? Number 2, seek for consultation with a professional before you make the mistake of submitting a new claim or ask for a new benefit. So talk to a professional that knows how the system works. And number 3, you're gonna laugh again, leave it alone. Leave it alone. If you're already at 100% or total and permanent, leave it alone and keep up with your medical appointments and treatment. That is really important. I cannot emphasize that enough. Make sure you keep your VA appointments. Make sure that you go to your appointments. Make sure that you follow up with VA, or if you're taking or seeking professional help on the civilian side, make sure you keep up with your appointment. That is really important because the VA does keep track of your appointments and treatment. They are able to see in the system if you have follow-up or your condition has improved based on documentation. The number 1 issue with VA claims is the lack of evidence. The same way, if they do have evidence, they will reduce your rate. All right, so you have to make sure that you follow up with your appointment, okay? This is a short video, okay? I'm gonna go into the news. If you guys don't have any questions, I transition to Spanish. The version in Spanish is shorter, okay? Please do not forget to share these videos, all right? Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'm gonna change my screen over here in a second before I transition to Spanish, okay? And again, this is the time that I said if you wanna call live, you can do it. The number is 321-710-5570. It's right there in the screen what it says air, on air. So if you guys wanna call me anytime, if you guys want to put a message or a question, I am here to help. So this is what I talked about. Before I go any further, all this information is from the CFR 38 CFR, which is the Code of Federal Regulation that covers VA disability. And when we're talking about total and permanent, total rating and unemployability, this is where I got the information from. I will put this on the YouTube channel as a link. You can read it yourself, but want to make sure that you understand that I'm actually getting this information from the CFR, okay? Okay, let's go to the news real quick. Army and Navy, Air Force, Army, Navy, and Air Force predict recruiting shortfall this year. This is from yesterday. I've been talking about the Army specific. They've been short 15,000 last year. They expect, or this year, they expect next year to be 20,000 short in recruiting. You can read it yourself. I'm just touching bases with the news over here. Really sad, okay? And I hope they can fix the issue. I don't think so. And one thing they're doing to mitigate this is to offer money, bonuses out there. All right. This is interesting. This is from today, actually. U.S. military prepares for possible Sudan embassy evacuation. You can read it. So I guess this is ongoing right now. And it says the Pentagon is moving additional troops and equipment to a naval expeditionary base in the tiny Gulf of Aden nation of the Djibouti to prepare for the possible evacuation of U.S. embassy personnel from Sudan. So this is pretty interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. If you have any questions, please, I'm here to help you. I'm going to transition to Spanish. So please share this video so you can help a fellow veteran. Muy buenas noches, este es el sargento mayor retirado Ed Centeno de Edson Consulting. Por favor, si tienen un mensaje, pueden enviarme un mensaje privado a edsonconsultation.com, edsonconsultation.com. Por favor, no se olviden de suscribirse a mi canal en YouTube, Edson Espacio Consultation, Edson Espacio Consultation. ¿Qué yo hago? Ayudo con discapacidad de veteranos. También hago consultas de retiro para veteranos y empleados federales. También puedo ayudarte con resumen y notaría pública. Un disclaimer, yo no represento al gobierno. No represento ningún afiliado del gobierno. Esto es una consulta y es basado en experiencia. No estoy afiliado con ninguna entidad del gobierno. Por favor, si me envían un mensaje a mi página edsonconsultation.com, pónganme por favor su nombre, su email y número de teléfono para yo poder contactarme con ustedes nuevamente. Algunas personas me están enviando información, pero no he podido contestarles para atrás porque no me pusieron el email. ¿Qué voy a hablar esta noche? Brevemente, vamos a hablar en el tópico si veteranos o el Departamento de Veteranos de Discapacidad me puede quitar o bajar el porcentaje en específico cuando eres total y permanente. Un tema interesante. Muchas personas siempre de miembros de servicio se preguntan si puede suceder y la contestación es sí, pero entonces quiero traer algunos escenarios para que entendamos este tópico. Algunas preguntas. ¿Eres 100% o tienes 100% de discapacidad o tienes 100% total y permanente? Son dos cosas diferentes. Si tú eres 100% no total y permanente, el Departamento de Veteranos te puede enviar a hacer una reexaminación de tus condiciones a ver si estas condiciones han mejorado y tu porcentaje puede bajar. Eso es si no eres 100% total y permanente. Si eres 100% total y permanente, las condiciones no esperan mejorar en el futuro y usualmente veterano no cambia o te manda para una reevaluación. Esas son las diferencias más grandes entre 100% y 100% total y permanente. La diferencia grande es que 100% total y permanente, las condiciones no se esperan que mejoren a través del tiempo. ¿Ok? La pregunta es que muchas personas se preguntan si el Departamento de Veteranos te puede bajar el rating o el porcentaje de total y permanente, y la contestación es sí. Aquí son algunos escenarios. El primer escenario es si fue encontrado que fue fraude. Puso un ejemplo de un fisiculturista. Esta persona, esto fue un caso que se dio aquí en la Florida, 1 año en la prisión porque básicamente estaba clamando, ¿verdad? Voy a cambiar mi pantalla aquí, perdonen, que estaba clamando que tenía discapacidad por traumas en combate, también que no podía levantar más de 10 o 20 libras, y cuando se hizo la investigación, pues el hombre estaba levantando sobre 650 libras haciendo leg press, ¿verdad? Y levantando 300 libras de peso. 1 año le echaron en la prisión federal. Esto es una de las condiciones, una de las razones que el Departamento de Veteranos te puede quitar el total y permanente. Obviamente una investigación, por eso tenemos que tener cuidado con esto. Aquellos que me escuchan, cuando sometan una discapacidad de veterano, tienen que asegurarse que tengan la evidencia y que obviamente la condición haya sucedido en el servicio y que no estén mintiendo, porque el gobierno te va a encontrar, te van a hacer una investigación y te pueden quitar no solo el dinero, pero vas a tener que pagar el dinero para atrás. Este hombre tuvo que pagar sobre $250,000, $245,000 tuvo que pagar para atrás. No sé si lo ha pagado todavía, pero es algo muy triste, ¿no? Vamos a cambiar mi pantalla aquí nuevamente, perdonen. El escenario número 2 que puedes es perder tu total y permanente es si sometes una discapacidad o un claim que se dice para compensación especial. Por ejemplo, puse erección disfuncional o otra que pongas que sea especial. Hay unas condiciones diferentes y eso también puede abrir una revaluación donde te pueden bajar el total impermanente. Otro escenario es si abres otra reclamo de lo que se llama Special Adapted Housing. También esto puede conducir a que te hagan una revaluación, lo que se llama CMP, para incrementar, y eso también puede reducirte el rating en cualquier condición. La número 4 es si fue o el hospital de veteranos o el departamento de veteranos encuentra que se hizo un error cuando estaban haciendo la discapacidad de veteranos. Y esto puede ser porque están haciendo lo que se llama un quality review, que están revisando cualidad, y esto puede suceder también. Sí pueden bajarte el porcentaje. Cuando eres total impermanente es muy difícil que hagan esto porque las condiciones, y vamos a hablar de esto aquí en breve, pueden ser estáticas o permanentes, y ese es el próximo tópico que voy a hablar, que son de algunas de las condiciones que el departamento de veteranos que son protegidas, ¿ok? La primera es estática, y esto es que una condición no ha sido improved de 5 años o más. Un ejemplo de esto es de una condición estática es ceguera o la pérdida de un limb, la pérdida de una extremidad. Número 2 es una discapacidad permanente que parece que no va a mejorar durante el tiempo. Algunos ejemplos aquí son la pérdida de las manos, de los pies, la visión en los 2 ojos. El escenario número 3 es si la condición ha estado por más de 10 años o hay evidencia médica que la discapacidad no ha mejorado. Y la número 4 es que la discapacidad ha sido continuamente en efecto por 20 años o más. 3 consejos para que te quedes en 100% o 100% total impermanente. Número 1, no sometas ninguna otra discapacidad. No la sometas. Si ya tienes 100%, ¿por qué lo vas a hacer? Ya estás en 100%. Número 2, el consejo número 2, busca un experto que sepa cómo trabaja el sistema antes de cometer un error y enviar una discapacidad de veterano que pueda bajarte el porcentaje. Y número 3, por favor, no lo toquen y sigan yendo a sus citas médicas y tratamiento. No lo voy a repetir, o bueno, voy a repetirlo otra vez 3 veces. La número 1, no lo toquen, ya estás en 100%. La número 2, busquen ayuda profesional antes de someter alguna discapacidad nueva, si de verdad lo necesitas. Por eso dije las condiciones específicas al principio. Número 3, no lo toques y sigues tus citas médicas y tu tratamiento. El departamento veterano está siempre verificando tus citas. Ellos ven también cuando vas a tratamiento, y si ellos tienen alguna pregunta van a cuestionar. Te dije el ejemplo de esta investigación y te puedes meter en problemas. Es un video corto. Voy a poner de dónde saqué la información antes de irme. Dije que la información principal sale de la regulación CFR 38, que se llama, y esta información la voy a poner en el canal de YouTube, aquellos que quieran verla y leerla para que sepan. Puse la información de la persona que se metió en problemas, voy a poner esa información también. Está hablando de las noticias que no han llegado en la cuota del ejército, la naval y también la fuerza aérea. Y también estaba hablando de noticias que están pasando en Sudán, que están hablando de una posible evacuación de la embajada. Eso es todo por esta noche. Por favor, no se olviden de suscribirse a mi canal Etsin Espacio Consultation. Etsin Espacio Consultation. También no se olviden que me pueden llamar en vivo 321-710-5570. Vamos a tratar de estar todos los jueves. El jueves que viene no puedo estar por cuestiones de trabajo, pero estoy tratando de traer contenido todas las semanas. Algunas veces son temas más extendidos, algunas veces son temas menos extendidos, pero estamos aquí para ayudarles. So again, thank you for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Etsin Space Consultation at YouTube. If you need any help with consultation, you can also send me a private message. And also you can reach me out at my website, etsinconsultation.com. You can send me a private message. Do not forget to put your name, email, so I can reach back to you. So again, this is retired Command Sergeant Major S. Centeno. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night, Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in, my brother. Here to help, man. Stay strong. Tomorrow is Friday. Going in a row with my partner, man, my fellow paratrooper. Let me see if I can do a couple miles. Yes, I'm trying to keep staying shape. I'm all broken up, but I'm just keeping pushing through, you know. Drink a couple of Tylenols, man, and just keep moving forward. Muy buenas noches, que pasen una bonita noche. El sargento mayor retirado de Centeno. Nos vemos en el próximo live. La semana que viene no puedo estar por cuestiones de trabajo, pero estamos aquí para ayudarle. No se olviden de suscribirse a mi canal. Nos vemos nuevamente. Thank you so much.